We are ready to enter Lane Stadium in Blacksburg, Virginia. The Hokies enter the stadium to the familiar strains of Enter Sandman. It's the Oklahoma State Cowboys and the Virginia Tech Hokies. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Holly Rowe is down on the sideline.
It's the best entrance in college football, particularly at night. Virginia Tech, Sandman, here we go. Back to you.
All right, Holly. The Cowboys will kick off first, and here we go. Coming out with it, it's Heath. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. The Hokies offense will dial up the first ball plays in this one. And what a performance this guy turned in last week. Spectacular in every aspect of the game, Jesse.
Well, I know one thing for sure. The quarterback is going to be looking his way early in this one. When you have a game like he did last time, your quarterback, you all of a sudden move up in priority in the pecking order for the guy throwing the football. So it's not going to surprise me early here if the quarterback looks his way, regardless of what the coverage is, based on what he showed last time out.
Yeah, and they were on the same page. It was fun to watch. I mean, you could tell he knew exactly where his guy was, putting up the multiple touchdowns. Like, it was a thing of beauty. Now, defensively, I also know that. And I know he's looking that way, so look for...
And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
Well, it wasn't great field position to start with, and it's getting worse now. The defense gets a sack. They're getting aggressive up the field. They get to the QB, and they're sending a message.
And the Hokies with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Defense a little too jumpy there, and they got into the neutral zone too soon. Defense just a little too eager, and that's 5 yards for the O. Offense gets set for second down. Back to pass. Snagged in the middle. It's Green. Makes the grab almost to the first down marker, but a good pickup on that one.
And obviously that linebacker is getting up with a little bit of juice, a little pep in his step. That was a great lick. Nice job seeing the ball thrown, breaking on it, and really delivering a good blow. But how about the credit to the receiver? Holding on to the football when you're getting hit by a big linebacker in college football, that's a big-time play.
Fires to the wideout. Got a wide-open receiver. Running wide open down the gut of the field. Touchdown, Virginia Tech. He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
Well, after that touchdown, crowd here at Lane Stadium is absolutely going crazy. This is one of the great environments and best fan bases in all of college football. Exit light, enter night.
And he makes the extra point. Here he comes from inside his own 5. They'll corral him and get him down at the 17-yard line on the return. The Cowboys offense coming onto the field, and we'll get our first look at them in this one. And here comes Drew Mestamaker. He's trying to bounce back from a 4-interception game in their last loss. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. The run inside. It's Hawkins. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Goodness, that is the way you blow up a play. Quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Hair on fire, caused a wreck that had to be a blown assignment. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Finds his man. It's Young. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. They'll need to convert this 3rd down from their own 22 to get this drive jump-started. From the gun, wants to pass. Got his man. And that won't quite be enough for the first down as he's knocked down just short of the sticks.
Well, in that 3rd down play, they're just trying to get it to him quickly to see if he can do something with it after they catch. But this is a defense that takes pride in their ability to tackle in the open field. That was a fantastic job of rallying to the ball.
Look at this, guys. The offense appears to be going for it from their own side of the field. Trying to do it on the ground. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on 4th down, and they keep the drive alive. And the Cowboys will snap it on 1st and 10. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. He picks up maybe a couple before he stopped right at the 30-yard line. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Looking to fire. Shoots it to the left. It's caught. A big play. Gets it into plus territory, and they'll mark him out of bounds at the 44.
Nice pitch and catch there from QB to wide receiver. Great job. An out route is all about timing. 1, 2, 3, boom. Break out, throw it to him right now. Great pitch, great catch.
Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Hawkins. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for it.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. They go right back to him. And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop. Defense trying to come up with a stop on 3rd and short from the 37. They'll try to get it through the air. Out of the backfield, he's open. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot him at the 24-yard line.
Really nice job responding by the offense here. They watched the opponent go down the field and score a touchdown on that last drive. And you can see the quarterback there in the commercial break. He's telling his guys, let's go. We're going to go get this one. Everybody lock in. And that's what you're seeing on this drive. Doing a really, really nice job. They look confident. They're trying to score a touchdown themselves.
Makes the grab in their space. Got some room, entered to the goal line. And he'll take it in and house it. Pistols firing, touchdown Cowboys. They just took the air out of that thing. That might be an understatement. They took the ball away and just wore down, just grinded away at that defense.
And took a lot of time off the clock in the process as well. I am impressed with the physicality up front of this offense, because that's where it all starts. If you're going to march the ball down the field like they just did, you've got to be dominating in the trenches, and they are doing that in this game right now.
Looking for the tie with the extra point. And he added the extra point. So a scoring drive there of 83 yards, and they finish things up with a dart from 24 yards out. Fielded in the end zone, it's Williams. Excellent job by the kick coverage team, a pretty minimal gain on that return. And Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. First play of this drive comes from the 14-yard line. They had to stand by and watch that scoring march, and now it's up to them to find a way to answer it. Throws to the tight end. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
Well, it was a good throw, it was a good route, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Gets the back moving. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Makes the catch. It's Green. Stopped at the 24-yard line after the 10-yard gain.
You know, it's going to be fun to watch this team here in Blacksburg now with James Franklin coming over as head coach. And it's really key that they get this quarterback thing right. Honestly, they have not been dominant at that position consistently, probably going back to Mike Vick, back in, the late 90s and 2000. And so, new era on offense. It's all going to start and end with this guy under center.
Ethan Grunkemeyer, yeah, he comes over from Penn State. And here's the interesting thing about that, Palmer. You talk about Virginia Tech looking for that quarterback identity. James Franklin really couldn't find it at Penn State. Can he find it in Blacksburg? Bringing a lot of Penn State guys with him, a lot of excitement about this program, a lot more buy-in, and we know as well as anybody, Palmer, calling games in the atmosphere that is Lane Stadium. That place will absolutely rock.
Running inside, it's Overton. And after the tackle, that will bring us to the end of the first quarter. It's been punch, counter-punch throughout the early part of this game as we take a look at the first quarter stats. We've got a good one going here and looking forward to keep those vibes rolling here in the second. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with second down. Using his legs, it's Hawkins. Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line.
And those plays from a defensive perspective, man, they're just super annoying because now I'm in the worst spot ever, third and manageable. Like, I don't know if you're passing, don't know if you're running, so nice job by this offense keeping this defense off balance and creating a third down opportunity that's in their favor.
The Hokies will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Gets it away, good distance, but more importantly, just the direction he wanted. Oklahoma State hoping to get the Pistols firing on offense. How big is this drive? Scored a touchdown the last time they had it. Defense gets a stop, and now it's up to them in a tie game.
All right, so if you're the offensive coordinator here, let's dial it in. Who are your best matchups and best playmakers to take advantage of this golden opportunity?
Yeah, and I'm interested to see this defense, too. Like, the momentum is clearly not in your favor. How do you get it back? How do you make a big play? Do you be more aggressive here to try to get the football back to your offense?
And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
Well, they're able to find the tight end for an easy completion, but good job tackling, not allowing him to get the first down.
Just barely picked up a yard with that last completion. It's 2nd and 9. Back to pass. Spits it out to the back. The sure hands, it's Hawkins. They've got him down at the 40 after he ripped off 15 yards. The Cowboys moving quickly to the line.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. You just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now and get ready for another one.
The run inside. It's Hawkins.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early and often. There are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, you know, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get him into a rhythm.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
Looking for room. It's Hawkins. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6.
And that wasn't a big game, but look at the offense. Right back on the ball, ready to call a play, ready to go fast.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain.
Well, they're going RPO. Nice job handing it off, and really good vision there, just getting what he can get, right? Puts his foot in the ground, gets forward, helps this offense find positive yards.
Intercepted for the 11th time this season. And they'll get him down after a solid return.
How about that? I mean, they knew this defense was good defending the pass, but that had more to do with who's in the secondary, not necessarily who's up front. David, his best Pollock impersonation, picking that one off.
Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49. How about that Mike linebacker bringing the heat right up the middle?
Right down Broadway, right in the middle of the defense. This is the guy that sees everything, makes all the calls, and you could tell he knew where he was coming downhill. It came wide open, and he comes to the quarterback and gets the sack.
Finds the tight end. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short.
Great job by the quarterback bouncing back. Just got sacked the previous play. And now all of a sudden it's 2nd and long, and everybody knows you're going to be throwing it. But he comes right back. He stays in the pocket. He's staring down the field. He's not letting the rush affect him. He finds his open guy. He gets the completion. It's not a first down, but now you're set up 3rd and short. And this all of a sudden looking pretty good for the offense.
And watch the offensive line here. They all block run. Because they're blocking run, the quarterback decides, oh, I got a favorable matchup. He dumps it out to the right, makes the right read, gets a nice positive gain.
Grabbed over the middle. It's Reynolds. And he's got the first down. Good pickup on the play there. And now we'll see what they do coming out of the 2-minute timeout. Trying play action. Gets it out quickly. Touchdown, Hokies! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. And I'll tell you what, heat that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they finish it by firing one in from the 13 for the score. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Cowboys come out to get this drive started. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you've got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
And after giving up a long run defensively, they don't have a chance to substitute now. They've got to get ready to go because the offense is going tempo.
Rushes on him. And it's a sack.
That's a good example there of complementary defense. The DBs and linebackers are playing zone. They're playing their spaces, and they force the QB to have to hold the ball, try to work through his progressions. And then the pass rush, they win up front.
And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
Well, this offense really is putting themselves behind the 8 ball right now on this drive. Sack, first down. You've just thrown an incompletion, so third in California. Defense knows you're probably going to throw it. What can you dial up here?
Throws to the wideout. It's complete. Clock stops as Virginia Tech calls its first timeout. Gives him a little time to dig deep in the play sheet and figure out what to do on fourth down. The offense stays on the field. Maybe they'll try to make the defense jump. They also might try to run it ahead for 1 yard. Trying to get it to the marker. Could be an alley. He's brought down, but not before he picks up the first down, and a gutsy call to keep this drive alive.
4th and 1, turn around, hand it off to your bell cow running back, and let him go move the sticks. Great job.
It's complete to the right. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. The Cowboys will use their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Catch in the middle, it's screen. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. They'll rush to the line. Clock stopped for the first down. They'll set the chains and wind the clock. They'll run it. It's Hawkins. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. Lost yardage on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Back to pass. He's got it and still on his feet. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score. Timeout taken now by Oklahoma State. That's their 2nd. And they'll still have 1 in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. 3rd down. Quarterback may change this route. Wants to throw on 3rd down. Touchdown, Cowboys. Quick strike through the air for the score.
Well, that was a huge touchdown late here in the first half for their confidence offensively. They want to be able to keep this thing close, obviously, or take the lead going into the second half. So if they kick the extra point here, you tie it up. But you've also got the option here to be aggressive and try and take the lead with a 2-point conversion. We'll see what they do.
He'll bring it out. It's Keith. Nothing wrong with the touchback, and they wish they had one right now, but he stopped at the 9-yard line. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? The give on the counter. Picked up a few on that run, but this defense able to keep him contained here late in the half. Halftime as both teams head into the locker room. We're looking forward to a terrific second half, but before that, let's check in with Kevin Connors.
From our gorgeous Orlando studios, it's the Week 5 edition of the EA Sports College Football Update Show. We start our coverage with Auburn, taking on the number 3 team, the Tennessee Volunteers. And it's the Volunteers on the losing end right now of a tight one. This legit playoff contender kind of stumbled out of the gates, and while there is time to turn things around, they had better start soon. Here now some other games you may have interest in. Social media certainly does. Inside the Big 12. Back now to your game in Blacksburg. They've opened up this halftime advantage behind a banner day so far from their offense. Zigging when the defense is zagging. Dialing up just the right plays at just the right times. It's been a clinic so far. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Lane Stadium.
Thanks for that halftime report, Kevin. Just about set to get this second half underway. Let's see what he can do with the return. So the Cowboys offense heads onto the field to start this drive. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
And that's a really nice route by the wide receiver, just understanding I got to win right now. I got to get inside of that guy, and I know I'm going to get contact. You run over the middle of the field on the slant, you're going to get hit. Nice job securing the catch, making the play.
And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. They're dealing with a second and long. Grabbed behind the line. It's Coleman. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker. And the Cowboys will hustle to the line. On third and short, they'll ride the running back here. And the defense finally able to corral him at the 45. That will move the chains. The Cowboys have their offense in high gear.
And how about that? Right after they get the explosive play running the ball, they're going right back to the line of scrimmage for some tempo.
Caught over the middle. It's Hawkins. Brought down at the 20-yard line after ripping off the big play.
And this offense is just so dynamic because they've got playmakers at all the skill positions, right? We just saw a big play in the running game. Now we see one in the passing game. There's not one dude that you can key on here if you're on defense to try and slow them down.
Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Hawkins. Maybe a crease. Defense comes up with a stop, but not before he moves the chains and takes it inside the 10 to the 8. Got his man on the right. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers.
The offense trying to throw it there quickly down close to the goal line. Nice job by the defense tackling the catch.
These fans raising the volume on second and goal. Looking to fire. Pressure coming. Touchdown, Cowboys! With that, they grab the lead here in the second half. Well, that didn't necessarily go as planned, but it was most effective in the end.
I love it, Reese. Down in the red zone, this quarterback didn't have anybody open. He didn't panic. He just decided, man, I'm going to go do this myself. I'm going to use my wheels and put up 6 on the board. He did just that.
On to attempt the try. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. So they put together a 9-play, 75-yard drive. And he got into the house from the 6 to finish it. Looking for blockers. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. Virginia Tech opens this drive as the offense looks ready to go. They'll try to answer that last score with one of their own. A chance here to tie the game with a touchdown drive. Running inside. It's Overton. Slams into the pile. He'll get 1 to the 17. So now it's second and long.
And after that run, getting right back up to the line of scrimmage to go hurry up, defense has to be ready.
Second down, they'll go to the air. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down.
That's a really nice job by the cornerback, playing with his eyes. He sees the running back release out of the backfield, sees him get the ball, and this guy's tough. You know, there are a lot of corners out there that would try to submarine these rig running backs, and then they get
Right down the gut of the field. A huge play, and they get it all the way to the 45-yard line.
And this four vertical play is something that every offense in the country has in their playbook, but they don't all run it as good as this offense does. Really nice job making the play call, but when you've got athletes like this and a quarterback that can fit the football into small windows, good things generally happen.
Makes the grab and room to run. Lowers that shoulder, delivers the blow. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down. They'll send the back in motion. From the red zone, looking for a space. Got it behind the line. It's Overton. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain.
And I love linebackers, man, that just have a nose for the football, an absolute feel. Great job not losing vision, feeling the running back start to come out of the backfield to catch the football, and then doing the most important part. Probably the hardest, too, getting him on the ground.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Off the play fake. It's complete on the right side. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on first and goal. They'll send the tight end in motion to the ground to try to move the chains. They thought they could just run it on third and short, but this defense was there to make the stop.
Well, the defense blitzed on that last run, but it was the big fella on the inside that made the stop and made the play. Great job flying out of his stance, locating where the football was, and getting to the ball carrier. Really good job at the point of attack.
Touchdown, Virginia Tech! And they take it in for 6 more points. Extra point here will tie the game. Well, they started with horrible field position, but ended with perfect field position in the middle of the end zone.
It all comes down to execution, Reese. You've got to have guys going out and doing their jobs. You saw the offensive line up front. They were physical. Skill players made it happen with the ball in their hands, and the quarterback really showed command on that last drive.
Oklahoma State has it back, and the offense is on the field. Their lead is gone, and they'll try to grab it back on this drive. The run inside. It's Hawkins. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They'll get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Makes the grab. It's Young. Out across the 40 and forced out of bounds at the 42, and now this offense is clicking.
And a play like that seems routine, but it only works if the quarterback can get the ball out on time and out in front of the wide receiver. That allows the receiver to keep separation from the defender, and the ball hits him in stride.
He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down.
And the offense with a nice run, breaks off a little bit of run, gets a first down. Oh, and here they go again. First down, you've seen this. They like to go fast.
And he doesn't find much running room, a short gain on the play. We've reached the end of the third quarter, and we have a potential classic on our hands, all tied up as we take a peek at the stats. This is when winning plays are made, and we start right now in the fourth. They had a chance to mull things over, and let's see how they start the final period here on second down. Back to pass. grabbed in the middle. It's Green. What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line. From the red zone, looking for a receiver. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
And how about this young fella? He's slinging the pill, man. His completion percentage is through the roof. Dude, he's over 80% right now. Everything he's throwing is working, using the whole field, using multiple receivers. He looks like a different cat from what we've seen all throughout the season.
He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. This crowd knows when to bring it. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Fires it beautifully in on the crosser. They make the tackle just outside the end zone, but it'll be first and goal from the 1. And the offense is so close to the go-ahead score, they can smell it here in the fourth quarter. They'll try to get it in with the run. Nothing doing. He is stopped short of the goal line. Can the D deny them on second and goal? Tries again to get it in. Touchdown, Cowboys! They move on top here in the 4th. The Cowboys vault back on top. Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. The extra point is good, and now in the 4th, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. So that was a 10-play, 75-yard drive, and they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. He'll bring it out. It's Heath. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he'd just taken a knee in the end zone. Working the sidelines, Holly Rowe. What do you have, Holly?
Here on the Virginia Tech sideline, this defense has been the star of the show today. The offense has had their back against the wall, and now is the moment they've got to come alive. They are trailing in this game, and I could see them talking to each other before they take the field for this drive. Now is their moment. They feel it, and they're trying to get each other hyped up and ready to go for this possession. Guys?
We'll keep an eye on that, Holly.
And running backs are so good, so talented, so elusive. You see nowadays they really have the ability to make you miss, run you over. Unbelievable effort. Nice job. You keep that going, it'll be hard to stop.
Love the physicality of this secondary on defense. That defender got to the football, was able to separate the receiver from the ball, and did it legally. Beautiful job.
Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. The play action fake. Unloads to the wideout. He got his hands on it, but couldn't hold on to it, and what a time that would have been for their first pick of the game.
And man, did the defense just miss an opportunity that they could have turned the lights out with the lead, get the football back here. Missed opportunity. Maybe this offense now can take advantage and swing some momentum in this football game.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Takes a hit as he fires. Got his man. Shakes a man, and he might take off. They got him free for a big... down to the 43.
Man, what a throw. Under duress, getting hit as you throw. He's been sacked several times today. I love how he continues to hang in the pocket and make plays for this offense.
The defense wins that one, and the offensive line was challenged by their coaching staff coming into this game to try and get push up front and establish the line of scrimmage. They're going to have to do a better job running than that if they're going to win this one.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. The short hands, it's Reynolds. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down.
And, man, you love to see that from this offense, coming out and answering, right? Like putting a drive together. Their defense just gave up a touchdown, but you want to snatch the momentum back. Nice job putting a little bit of a drive together. Now let's go cap this thing off with a touchdown.
Makes the catch. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
Man, it's so important when you play QB. I got to know when to put some air on it, and I got to know when to rocket that thing in there. Work in the middle of the field. He knew he needed the rocket. Threw it in there. Great job, great catch.
Unleashes one. He makes a grab. And he was thinking 6, but that D knocks him down at the 2. Always nice. That security blanket of the tight end.
And it's nice to have a tight end that can line up in different areas of the field, too. It's not always going to be in a three-point stance. He can sometimes be in the backfield. You could flex him out into the slot. They might even try to put...
He's going for the goal line. Touchdown, Hokies! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Setting up for the extra point and the tie.
And the offense continues to run the football. The second rushing touchdown from the running back. The offensive line paving holes. Continue to feed this man the ball.
The extra point is up and good, and we are tied up in the 4th. On the run from inside his own 5. Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he stopped. Oklahoma State sends out the offense to start this drive. They saw what happened on that last scoring drive, and now probably feeling a little bit of heat to answer. The offense will have a chance to get the go-ahead score here in the 4th. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down, 2nd down coming.
Tell you what, that was a lightning-fast decision. You could tell he knew what he wanted to do right away. Makes the decision, but maybe his footwork wasn't a little bit good, and the pass wasn't where he wanted to put that thing. I know that.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. And just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly.
One of the things I love about this kid is that he goes to work. He struggled his last game out, completed less than 50% of his throws. So back to the drawing board, back to fundamentals, and you can see that paying dividends in this game. I know he just threw an incompletion, but for the most part, this guy has been spot on.
Across the 35, out of bounds at the 36, and a really good pickup as they're starting to move.
Nice job by the quarterback and receiver there working on the crossing route. And a big thing for the quarterback there, you've got to be able to give your receiver time to work through all the traffic, get by the linebackers in the middle of the field, and work all the way over to the other side. The offensive line has to give the quarterback time, and the QB's got to be patient, but it all worked out perfectly, and they're able to get a big play.
The offense has a little bit of success on the ground, and they're up. Look at them. They're ready to go again, back on the line of scrimmage, ready to run another play.
He goes down at the 47 after a 5-yard pickup. The clock has stopped for the timeout, and we have reached the final 2 minutes in this one. And the Cowboys come to the line with a fresh set of downs thanks to that last connection in the passing game. Keeping it on the ground inside, it's Hawkins. They've got the defense reeling right now with that big play to the 29.
I love the play call by the offense here running the ball. The score is what it is right now. You don't have to panic. You don't have to throw it every single down. You don't have to go up tempo. Just run your stuff. Be balanced. Run the football. Make sure this defense stays honest.
They'll give it to him again. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
I love the play call running the football here in the fourth quarter because with the score what it is right now, everything is at your disposal on offense. You are not panicking. This isn't throw every single down, all of a sudden 2-minute air raid type stuff. You can run the ball. You can do all of your stuff, personnel, shifting, motioning. You just got to be very, very careful and absolutely cannot turn it over.
There's some room. He's finally brought down, but he takes it all the way to the 6. Clock stops as Virginia Tech calls its first timeout. And they're really frustrated having to use that after giving up the first down. The Cowboys have it with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one. Virginia Tech wants to take a moment. They call their 2nd timeout. And now what will they come up with on this 2nd down play? The run up the middle, looking for the score. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. Timeout called by Virginia Tech. That's their 3rd and final one. And now they are powerless to stop the clock with a timeout. 3rd and goal, and let's see if they can even operate in this noise. Might be changing the route. Trying to get it done with the run here on 3rd and goal. No gain on the play. They tried to run for it, and that defense was ready.
And decision time coming for this offense. How about the defense? They've hung in there, Palmer, made him earn it all the way down. Now, are you going to go for it on 4th down?
Yeah, you know, after running so many plays offensively on the drive, I know it'd be disappointing to only walk away with a field goal, but you'd feel even worse if you went for a touchdown and didn't get it. I think you kick it right here.
Timeout called by the offense. 24 seconds left on the clock. And now on 4th down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. And it's good! And they surge on top here in the final minute.
You got to give this guy so much credit, man. It is so hard in practice to simulate the pressure that he just faced. Late in the game, seconds left on the clock, you have an opportunity to kick a field goal to put your team up late in the game, and he absolutely drilled it. What a moment for that young man.
He'll start the return inside his 5. This guy is so dangerous. The excellent vision to find a lane and get it out and set up the offense with good field position. And we're about to get another look at this Hokie offense. Now in the waning seconds, Jesse, you've put yourself in position to pull this one out.
And there's a chance this may come down to the kicker, guys. So which hash mark does he like to kick from the best? You got to play call this to give your guy the best chance to make his kick.
And how much confidence do I have in it? You know, what's his range? All those things come into account of how aggressive you want to be, maybe going towards the end zone versus a field goal.
Decent field position to start this drive from their own 33. First play of the drive, wants to throw. He's taking the deep shot. Pulls it in on the right. And he's chased out of bounds, but not before he gets the first down, stops the clock, and has them on the move trying to get the late score. And this field goal attempt might be their chance to save themselves. This to tie things up in the final minute. The defense uses a timeout, and we are down to 11 seconds left to play. They'll try to put 3 on the board as the field goal unit comes on. And this one to bring us to a deadlock in the final moments. And he got it! They tied the game in the final seconds. So as it turns out, a 2-play drive results in a field goal.
And this kicker has ice water in his veins. Fourth quarter, you need to make the field goal to tie it up, and that kid just drilled it.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Looking downfield on first down. Moving out to the right. Fires to the wideout. Oh, and it's picked off. This could be huge in a tie game. And that will put a stamp on it. A game-deciding play as they seal it with a pick. All right, guys, so here we go in overtime. And just to refresh everyone's memory, alternating possession starting on the opponent's 25.
And it's so nice to be on defense first, to set the tone, to understand what you need. Try to hold them to a field goal. The offense knows they can do their job to go out and get a win. Just 2 possessions, Palmer. Like, you got to be at your best.
Yeah, and I love the new rules, too, because in the third overtime possession, it goes to alternating 2-point plays. Back and forth. Who's got anything left in the tank here in OT?
So here comes our first play of overtime. On the run, it's Hawkins. Tackle is made right at the 20-yard line after a pickup of 4.
Man, you play this whole game back and forth into overtime. Now you got a chance to set the tone, run the football in overtime, and be a little physical.
And if you can run the ball and not put it in jeopardy by throwing passes, that's a great way to finish the deal.
And at this point of the game, you just got to wonder if the defense is getting tired. Here in OT, they just don't seem to have the punch up front that like they had earlier in the game, and they're just playing on their heels.
I don't need it to be pretty. I just need my inches. Third down in inches. Nice job by getting the first down. Always fall forward, play physical. Don't get east and west. Stay north and south. Nice job by the running back.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Virginia Tech. And they're on top here in overtime.
This guy just has a nose for the end zone, and you love his ability to find creases, use his speed in the open field, and go score. He's been really good for his offense early this year. That already his 5th rushing touchdown on the season.
Now on first down, they need to answer with a touchdown. Running inside, it's Hawkins. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
A lot of times you see these defenses, man, they pull the run blitzes. They understand the formations. It might be a run, play the percentages, and then you got to deal with the big defensive tackle inside. So more bodies near the line of scrimmage. Everybody's got to pick him up, but they didn't block the most important guy, the big fella right in the middle.
And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down. 4-down territory in overtime, and they need to pick up a 3rd and long here. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Makes a catch. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down. 4th down to keep their chances alive in overtime. On 4th down, looking for the completion. Can't make the grab. The desperation 4th down play, and this one is over. The drama built throughout this game, memorable plays, and then finally the gut-wrenching loss at the end in overtime.
This coaching staff is going to look back at the overtime, and they're going to wish they had called some different plays. They had some things set up, but ultimately